Alright, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to create an Excel file that shows the month-over-month sales per customer. It's a great tool to be able to see if you have customers that, say, in the current month aren't buying from you. As you can see in my example, in January and February here, you can see where there's no sales for certain customers. And this is in descending order in this column here in 2018. So you can see in descending order who was my biggest customers to my least biggest customers. You can see where customers are ticking up and ticking down, and maybe where you can make a phone call to the customer and say, hey, what's going on this month? Why haven't I seen anything? So this is a great tool for me, at least, to gives me action items to follow up the customers and kind of keep track of who's doing what. So let's go to CRM and I'll show you how to get this report going. This is the final result, final product of what we're going to do, and I'll show you the step by step. This is your home screen for CRM. So where you're going to go is Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Go to Sales. Under Sales, you're going to go to Invoices. And then under Invoices, you're going to go to Invoices this and last year. Now this function that we just selected here is one of the system views. So it's going to have, this is already preset in your list. So over here you're going to see under the owner, it's going to have all the outside salesperson's names. So in order to filter to just your names, hit this button here in order to get the caret under each column. Under the owner column, select set to current user. And you can see here owner is just under my name, and you can see all of my customers here by invoice date. It's going to be in descending order, so it's going to go all the way back to January 1st of 2018. So let's do this, export this to Excel. And export this. And it'll take a few seconds to download the data. It's quite a few lines, so it'll take a few seconds here. All right, hit open. All right, so this is our new Excel file with all the invoices on it. Okay, quick distinction between CRM and style plan. CRM shows all the invoices as the date of the invoice. So for example, if this shipment was made on February 19th, it invoiced on February 20th. In style plan, you're going to see this same invoice as the ship date, which technically is the proper correct way to show an invoice. It's all by ship date, or the date or the month it's shipped in. So we need to fix that in order to mirror what the style plan data shows. So I'm going to go here, instead of this buyer name column, I'm going to title this ship date. What we're going to do is we're going to use a formula to have Excel tell us what the ship date would be given the invoice date. I'll show you how to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to format this column real quick so the dates we input here show as in date format and not in another format. So I'm going to put this here as short date to format it. I'm also going to go to formulas, hit calculate now, and calculate sheet. Just helps it to look as it should. Okay, so one thing you need for the formula is we need a list of the holiday dates that are in 2018 and 2019, so we can tell the formula which dates that American Metals was not working, so therefore we were not shipping any material. So we need to exempt those dates from the available options as ship dates. So I already had that preset, and I'll show you where I have that right here. So you can see in there we have all the holidays. You can take a look at and see which holidays there are. Obviously November, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas, New Year's, so on. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go back to our new Excel file, paste that here. Doesn't matter where you paste it, as long as you have it on just nearby so you can reference it in the formula. Okay, so here is the formula we need to enter. Equals workday, in parentheses, select the invoice date, select comma, and then you're going to hit -1. What that means is you're taking the invoice date, and the -1 means I want the day before that. So therefore that obviously be the ship date. Hit comma, and you can see in our formula preview here where it says holidays, it's asking you to list the holidays you want to exempt the ship date from. So you take your cursor here and you highlight all these holidays right here in parentheses. Last thing you do in the formula, between the P and the 2, put a $sign, and between the P and the 13, put a $sign. What you're doing is you're saying to the formula, don't, as you copy this formula down the column here, always reference these exact cells. Don't change the reference point for these holidays as the formula is copied down. Hit enter, and you've got a ship date here. To fill down, all you do is you double click on this little box in the bottom right corner of the cell, double click, and you've got ship dates going all the way down. So in having this data here, this will mirror the stale plan data, which is important. All right, getting towards the end of this process, hit insert, pivot table. These preset settings are fine. You hit OK. So this is where you're going to display your data here, and this is the available options you have to display. What you're going to do is you're going to hit customer, you're going to do revenue, and then you're going to do ship date. Okay, so right now you can see the data is all by customers here. It's not a tool that is easily digestible for the information, so we need to make it so it's something we can look at and make some good action items from. Okay, so what we're going to do down here, we're going to take this quarters option that pops up usually when we select the ship date option above. We're going to remove this field. Next, we're going to take the years and the ship date options here, and we're going to put it up here in the column box. How you do that? Click this guy, move to column labels, this caret here, move to column labels. Okay, so you can see we're starting to look like the Excel file we started this video off with. Okay, you can see here that 2017 is now listing data here, or it will be. We don't want to see 2017, at least I don't. So I'm going to go down here to years. You can click this little caret here. It gives you a bunch of options of the years that it's asking you if you want to show. So I'm going to deselect all of them. And I'm going to say I only want to see 2018 and 2019. Hit OK. Now what you can do is hit these little plus signs. It's going to show you the monthly data for each of those years. What I like to do is I like to show the data in a decent color. So if you click your Home tab, Format as Table, click the color you like. I usually do one of these blues, and you're good. You'll notice here that the data is sorted by in alphabetical order. For me, at least, the way I like to see data is in descending order, my biggest customer to my smallest customer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sort everything by my 2018 total. I'm going to sort it largest to smallest. So now you can see, scroll back over here, my biggest customers to my smallest. What I like to do is I'm going to format it, hit the $sign for the formatting, and I don't need the cents. So I'm going to hit this button here, hit back twice, double click on the column so it shortens up the spacing. Now you've got your month-over-month sales per customer in descending order. And I'll show you a couple takeaways that I do for my customers that may help. These are my biggest customers, right? So I look at these spaces here. I say, why don't I have sales, or why are my sales low for some of these customers. So what I need to do is call these customers and say, what's going on? What do I need to do, to bring in more business for you guys this month? So it definitely helps you determine and kind of keep on your radar who's doing well and who's not given the current month. So hopefully that's a good tool for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.